The Candace Owens investigation on Charlie Kirk's assassination is getting real, okay? And I haven't been keeping up with this too much, but this right here definitely caught my attention. So first off, Candace Owens releases text messages confirming that there were some real problems between Charlie Kirk and Jewish donors that was forcing him to step back from the pro-Israel cause, okay? And not only that, she also reveals that according to 3 trusted sources, Charlie Kirk expressed how he felt like he was going to die 24 hours prior to his death. And if that wasn't enough, Candace Owens actually says that she has spread out all of the information that she has to trusted sources just in case something happens to her. Okay, this is getting real. I did not expect this to go to a level that it's at, but I will say that Candace Owens is definitely doing due diligence in her investigation. I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and hop into this video, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and hop in.
Knew, and others knew, that Charlie was done with Israel bullying him, and I am now going to present you proof of what I am saying. This is an actual group chat, which happened 2 days before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. There were 9 people in total on this chat, including Charlie and Rob McCoy. I'm going to protect the names of the other 7 for now. To be clear, I might actually release a name every day this week, but I want to show you this because suffice it to say, Rob McCoy was on this text thread, and I think it helps contextualize him as a person, in my view, that he would attack me for telling the truth about the pressure that he was facing. Take a look. So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, oh. Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. Then somebody writes, a donor writes, please do not invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term. In my opinion, like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty free will thing that God bestowed on us makes life frustrating at times after the dust settles a bit, maybe. So again, this is 48 hours before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. He was very clear and he was very explicit, and he did not back down, not in that Hamptons meeting, which they're all lying about, nor in this text thread. I'm not going to reveal the names of the other 7. Actually, you know what? I disagree with myself 4 seconds ago. Let's just throw in Josh Hammer for funsies. He's on this chat, okay?
It says, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. So Charlie Kirk is saying that he felt like he was getting bullied, politically bullied by Jewish donors, forcing him to play the cards that they want him to play, or else they're going to take money back. And so this is like political pressure. You know what I mean? So apparently people were saying that these text messages didn't exist, and she's showing proof that they existed. Now, Turning Point USA executives confirmed that these text messages were real. And so this just makes things more and more complicated. And look, I'm learning all of this as you guys are too, because like I said, I haven't been keeping up with this too much. But after watching this, it kind of this has my attention, okay? Because now, so we see that there was some political pressure on Charlie Kirk regarding Israel, regarding Tucker Carlson, regarding Candace, people that he's around. And he's saying that these Jewish donors are pulling back. They're taking money back. He lost another donor because of his relationships. And now Candace Owens is saying that she has sources that say that Charlie Kirk felt like he was going to die, like they were going to kill him. Okay, that's what she's talking about here. Let's check it out.
The very day before Charlie Kirk died, he expressed that he thought he was going to be killed. He told these people, I think they're going to kill me. Okay. He did not express that to me. So I am telling you this based off the testimony of 3 people. And I am saying this because I hope that these people who I think are good will be inspired to come forward with that. And again, those conversations I had were off record. I honor that. If I say it's off record, it stays off record. But I'm hoping that watching what I am doing and feeling the energy that is rising across the world for people who want to know what the heck happened on 9/10, that, they will be brave and they will say, yeah, Charlie did the day before he died think that he was going to be killed, and maybe tell us, who is they? Well, for once and for all, who is they? Who is the they that he thought were going to kill him? Now, to give the obvious answer to federal informant Nick Fuentes' question, the reason that I waited to reveal the text messages is because I'm not a child, okay? Like I said, I have a lot more. I'm not an idiot, and I have self-control, and I understand that time is always going to be on the side of truth. Time is on the side of truth. Liars know that that's the reality. Liars know that they have to speak quickly, that they have to speak repeatedly. And I wanted the world to truly understand just exactly what it is that we are up against, okay? People that I deem to be mentally and spiritually evil, okay? Evil in the true essence of the word evil. People who knowingly lied, instantly lied, repeatedly lied, and continued to do so without a trace of shame, okay? Without a trace of shame. I mean that, right? I really do mean it when I say that you have to be someone that is, or maybe rather someone that is possessed by something that is less than human, subhuman, to do that. There's no humanity in you. That is why I named Josh Hammer. I believe he is a deeply disturbed man. Think about that. Now that you have those messages, okay, let's put this in the context. Just a few hours before I dropped that text chain, Josh Hammer was concerning himself with what he's been doing since Charlie caught the bullet in his neck. He has been spreading lies, saying that Charlie never flinched on Israel, right? Charlie never flinched. Oh my God, these people like Candace, they're lying. 48 hours before Josh Hammer was on that text thread. And that did not stop him from keeping up the propagandist effort when he went on a show yesterday before I dropped the messages and said this.
Charlie was a close friend of mine, as you know. We actually spoke literally the night before his tragic and untimely death. I was on a small Zoom call with him and a couple others. We were literally talking through this topic. I was giving Charlie advice for how to message on this issue on his forthcoming campus tour. He kind of jokingly mentioned to me, he was like, Josh, I'm going to mention your book, Israel and Civilization, and it's so good. And that was literally our last conversation. It's just so tragic. This letter that he wrote to the prime minister, Chris, I read back in June or July or so. And there were so many people in the aftermath of his horrific assassination, Candace Owens, folks like that, who were saying that, Charlie was turning on Israel. He was ready to sell them out and renounce his life's work of sincere and genuine friendship with the Jewish people and the Jewish state. But this letter that he wrote to Bibi Netanyahu, Chris, literally begins. The first sentence of the letter is, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's a close paraphrase. As a Christian, one of my greatest joys in life is making friendships with the Jewish people and defending the state of Israel. That's literally the opening sentence of this letter.
So if we go back to the text message, from what he said in the text message, it does appear that he was pulling back. He was drawing back from supporting Israel. He said it in the text message that he was no longer going to be, support the pro-Israel cause. And so I think that's what Candace Owens is about to confirm or speak about. Like, why would he say that? And I read some of the letter. I got to read more of it. I think it's like 8 pages. And he was correct in saying what the beginning of the letter said. That was what the beginning of the letter did say. But there was obviously some drawback, according to Charlie Kirk, regarding his relationship with Israel and what these donors are doing to him, kind of pulling his cards, forcing him to make a decision between his relationships or the money. But let's hear what she's about to say.
Filth. Okay? Absolute filth. I don't understand it. I can't comprehend it. Whatever that is that lives in him does not live in me. There was no truth in him. Obviously, there was no truth in Josh Hammer. He could have said, well, Charlie was going through 48 hours earlier. Yeah, he refused to do that. And in fact, I'm quite alarmed with what I know, that there are 3 people who said that Charlie communicated 24 hours before he died that he thought they were going to kill him. Now I find it rather alarming that Josh Hammer is similarly saying, the night before. So you spoke to him the night before. Did he communicate that to you, Josh Hammer? Did he? I'm interested. I know we won't get answers from you, but let me promise you that if I get a text message to the effect that you were somehow involved in him feeling anxiety the day before, if you did something that gave him anxiety in that way, I will release it instantly. There will be no place that you can hide. Anyways, I want you guys to know that I was feeling so inspired by Josh Hammer's utter lack of human decency that I went ahead this week and sent around a life insurance policy of sorts, a package rather, to people that I trust, a package filled with text messages, emails, private communications, videos, and private legal documents. So that if anything happens to me, you guys will know exactly who it is that has been making my life a living hell over the past couple of years. People that are trying to bankrupt me and my family, that are threatening us to sue us. Everything that Kanye said was so real. Okay. I'm now at that point where you look back and you go, man, Kanye was right. He was really saying something about what it takes to leave, to fight for custody of your own soul. Just leave me alone. Let me say what I believe and you say what you believe. Fight fair. Why do you always have to make this threat to bankrupt people? And I want you to know that those people, if anything happens to me, they have my explicit permission to release it all, detonate it all, expose all of these people in politics and in the movement who behave like this behind the scenes. It's necessary. And I highly recommend every single person that is out there that has a platform and is going through things and is scared, do the same. Send everything around to about 8 people that you trust. And I mean, I've ranged it. I sent it to journalists, text messages and screenshots to people ranging from Max Blumenthal to Andrew Tate. They won't know where it's coming from. It will be everywhere. I want to remind you guys in the wake of all of this that it is so important to keep trusting our guts. We have been proven right so many times in the recent past, right? Whether we're speaking about COVID, people that had to actually take a stance before people were then suddenly government, admits, yeah, we were lying about this, we were lying about that. We feel it all right now. The feds are lying. That is beyond obvious, which is why I was very happy to hear former Navy SEAL Rob O'Neill explain this plainly when he went on Piers Morgan's show the other day. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
It was off right from the beginning for me. Do we not guard rooftops anymore? There's been assassination attempts all over the world. Right. Why aren't we looking at rooftops? And then when I was sent the video with this at the same message where they said Charlie Kirk was just shot. When I watched that horrific video, he was obviously dead before he hit the ground. But the questions immediately started to come to me. That was not an entry wound that we saw. We saw an exit wound. So where'd that bullet come from? You don't bleed like, and I've shot guys closer than the camera was. And an entry wound doesn't look like that. An exit wound does. Why did his shirt move the way it did? When I've shot people, their shirts didn't move like that. And then the initial reaction was, well, he was obviously wearing body armor and it was deflection. 1, no, he wasn't wearing body armor. And 2, it doesn't deflect like that off of body armor. Why was his shirt moving from right to left? Why were people being interviewed saying, they came from my left to right, from his right to left, immediately shut down? And then did they tear the crime scene down immediately? Just right off the bat, from seeing it, knowing he was dead, saying a lot of this is bad. Not even getting into the soliloquy of text messages that 22-year-olds don't send their trans lover. So immediately, the official story sounds like it needs to be investigated. But now the whole crime scene is gone. They paved over it. Nothing to see here.
It's getting real. It's getting real, man. It's getting real. And I've seen that guy before. That was the one that was just talking about how everything just seems like it's false, and that why did they cover up the crime scene so quickly? Why did they take the camera down so quickly? Why was he messing with stuff? Why did they do construction so quickly on a crime scene by one of the biggest influencers in the world? There's so much that still needs to be uncovered. And so I understand Candace Owens can come off as somebody who's just doing a lot and that she is portraying some kind of investigator. I mean, she is one. She may not be a professional one. I get it. But honestly, who else is really diving into the situation like she is? Only thing I do know is that we all need to know the truth. That's what I do know. We all need to know the truth. We all would love to know the truth. And we would love to know if there's governments involved, if there are, people within organizations that were involved in this. Everyone wants to know the truth. And we just have to pray that the truth will come out. We got to pray that it will come out. But Candace Owens is saying that, look, you guys do something to me. I have sent out all of my information to trusted sources just in case. This is getting real. I've been binge watching Prison Break lately. And after watching that, honestly, because, you would think, like, why would, countries and organizations go through so much because of Charlie? I mean, although Charlie Kirk was not a political figure, a large political figure, he was heavily involved in politics. So it don't take a lot. All it takes is influence. Can you influence people? And he definitely had a lot of influence. So I don't know, man. I just want the truth to come out. And I also wanted to give y'all this update. Let me know how you guys feel about this video in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video. My name's Aaron Page. I'll catch you on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.